Welcome to the girls. It's holiday time and we have a special guest for you today to show you how to make your own wreath. It's a DIY day. We have Jen Barnasevitch from Smith Floral Company. She's going to join us later. And I know, Laura, you like that because you're always DIY, eh?
I love to DIY, yes. We do a lot of that at home. Bella and I, even Sam gets involved too. We do all kinds of projects. Christmas, Easter, holidays, just regular stuff.
Yeah. Well, what do you have planned for Christmas?
My favorite Christmas tradition at our house is making gingerbread houses.
Oh,
we've been doing that for a long time, ever since Bella was little, and we all get into doing it, and then we post them on Facebook to see who can guess whose is whose.
Now the trick when you do the gingerbread houses, because we make them at our house too, is you have to have additional candy for the kids to eat, because they're trying to eat all the candy that comes in the box. And our tradition is we have the kids over and we do sugar cookies. I try to have the sugar cookies done before they come and decorate, because it takes a long time. And last year, I think you and Dad even came. He wore his red Christmas socks.
Yeah,
remember that?
The famous red Christmas socks.
We were there, and of course, as soon as we came, then the kids were like, "Oh, goody, you could take over." So, but yeah, they had very creative minds, and they were doing a lot of great cookies. And from both of you, we did the same thing when the kids were home as well. We did the gingerbread houses and ate a lot of candy. We did the sugar cookies, ate a lot of cookies.
Yeah.
So yeah, you getting your Christmas lists ready?
Oh yeah, the kids.
Did you get any early Christmas presents?
Did I? No, I don't.
I did.
Did you?
Did you? What'd you get?
I brought it with me. It's in this little gold box. Oh. Well, you know, I'm always bragging about how I had my braces when I was like in my 30s, which was only a few years ago. But anyhow, I wore my retainer every single night because I couldn't stand going to bed without it. It kept me from like grinding my teeth too. So I kept my teeth nice and straight all these years. So I went for a checkup to see Dr. Karam. He took over the business when Dr. Goloszewski, so I went right into him. So Dr. Karam looked, he said, "Oh, your teeth are great." I brought my old retainer with me. He said, "Oh, the retainer's great." He goes, "I can't believe you have it all these years."
How long did you have it?
32 years or something like that.
Wow.
So, same retainer. He goes, "And it still fits." I said, "Well, yeah, I wear it every night." So last week, of course, I'm going to put my retainer in before I went to bed, and it shattered. So
finally, it dry rotted after 32 years.
Because I put it, in fact, I have a girl's mug, and I put one of those little Efferdent tablets in every single night and clean it, and I always keep it nice and white.
You'll be set for when you get dentures.
So my Christmas gift was a new set, but look at how cool they are now. They're like these itty bitty little playthings.
That's what I have.
They're so thin. So thin. So, wait, the funny part is, so I go in the office, pick them up, put them in my mouth to try them. We couldn't get them out. It was like such a good fit. So finally I got a pair of their rubber gloves, and it was, I guess, with the little bit of extra grip that I got, and I got them. But now putting them in and out, you know, they're okay.
Well, you're done for Christmas
So I'm
now.
done. So
Yes.
this was a Christmas gift. And
There you
Dr.
go.
Karam, I have to thank you so much because he keeps my teeth so nice.
There you go.
And all of our kids.
All right, let's
All
make
of us.
something.
Okay, so we're going to have Jen join us right away. I'm sure you're done listening to us talk about all of this with my retainer, but I'm so thrilled. Anyhow, we're going to come right back with Jen Barnasevitch and get some paper and pencil. You might want to jot some things down, including their address there in West Hazleton. You can make all your Christmas list and get everybody a gift from there. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the girls. We're here with Jen Barnasevitch from Smith Floral. Jen, we're going to talk about this great time of year where I'm sure it's very colorful at the shop and lots of different types of flowers, especially poinsettias.
Yes, absolutely.
So I have a question going right out about poinsettias. Every year we receive one as a gift. And I see other people's in June, they're still beautiful.
Yes.
And within about 2 weeks, mine is dead and there are no flowers or leaves left on it. So what am I doing wrong?
Like Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
It is. I kill them every year.
The main thing is they like moderate light. They don't like to be very wet. So you want to keep them dry, and they don't like a drafty area.
Okay.
One big issue is a lot of people feel because they are a Christmas plant that they are a winter plant, and they're not. They're tropical by nature. So whenever you're taking them from the flower shop home, you shouldn't leave them in the car if it's freezing out. They should always be covered. Even if it's very windy, it's going to be very detrimental to them. So if you are going to transport it to someone else's house for the holiday, then you should wrap it.
Good advice. I
Yes.
think doing all that wrong.
Okay.
I'm like, I always leave my poinsettias in the car. Probably overwater it because I would water it every day.
No,
it sits on the floor.
Yeah.
Right. Mine too.
Strike 3.
They prefer it dry, so you can wait till they're dry, and then when the soil's dry to the touch, and then water them.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, you mentioned about tropical plants. I have seen them on different islands where they're actually poinsettia trees.
Oh, absolutely.
They're gorgeous and gigantic. So you do have all different sizes.
Oh
and
yes,
you have
smaller
different-
sizes. We even have some more tabletop varieties, and then we have larger sizes as well, and all different colors. We have a newer variety that's called Princietta. So it's a very hot pink, which is really pretty, and then the white is a very true white. So they're a little different as opposed to maybe your traditional poinsettia that's a little more ivory
Well, that's
in
nice.
color. Yeah.
And so they come in all different colors, and you can dye them different colors?
We
and-
do. We have a special dye for poinsettias, so blue, purples, and we glitter them. So something for everybody. So something that might be very traditional, and like the reds or the burgundies. And then we also have a variety called Jingle Bell that's red with white speckles. So
That's neat.
Yes,
Have
yeah.
some fun with it.
Absolutely.
So you have a lot of different varieties that we could send as gifts. Do you deliver in the area too?
Absolutely. Yep. We deliver all around, in town, out of town, and around the world. So
Very cool. Now, safety with these. I know they can be dangerous for animals.
Yes.
So talk about that a little bit.
well, I mean, really, you don't want. I have cats. I just don't. I don't bring them home, or I put them somewhere where they would be out of reach of them. I think some pets might not bother them at all, but I would rather err on the side of caution. And cats, dogs, children.
Nobody
just-
eat the plants.
No, just don't eat them.
Leave the plants. There's enough food on the table
That's
for Christmas
right.
and around Christmas. Nobody eat the plants.
Yes, decoration only.
So what do you do with them after Christmas? I mean, I have this gorgeous plant. It's blooming. It still looks good, but sometimes the red flower part will fall off, and then I'm left with the leaves.
Yes.
So do we have to pinch them back? Are they supposed to be put in a closet? I heard so many different
Put in a
versions of
closet.
what to do with this. Like, I don't know. I just always try and keep it alive. So sometimes it will live into the summertime and has just all green leaves. I never had another bloom.
It's ugly, so she just puts it in the closet.
No,
Push it back
I read I read somewhere you're supposed to put it like in a dark place to let it
You can do
rest.
that in the fall to get it to train it to bloom again.
Oh,
But
see?
really, the actual flower is right in the center where those little yellow.
Okay.
Okay, and then these are called the bracts.
Oh, they're the brats.
Bracts. B-R-A-C-T-S.
Oh, I thought they were brats. Oh,
No,
bracts.
bracts. And so that's the color to attract like the bees to the flower, which is that little yellow flower that you'll see in the very center. And then these are the leaves.
Right. So if you're, like Lori was saying in the beginning, how hers usually die, will it come back to life, or like when is there
depends on
no?
how dead it is.
When is there like no hope for your poinsettia? Is it just like you have a little stick like the Charlie Brown tree, or is it if you have the green leaves, can it still?
Oh, if you have the green leaves on it.
Okay, so once we
There
lose the
is
green
hope.
leaves,
Well, then
we're
mine
out.
really weren't completely dead because I usually have leaves but nothing else left. So I just figured it was dead.
No, if you have leaves, there's hope.
Okay.
There's hope.
Good to know
So
because
the
I want one of
poinsettia
those pink ones.
can't go outside in the winter. So these.
No.
Okay.
So they should be covered, because a lot of people will be like, oh, I'm just going in the store for a few minutes. And I'm like, but if it's, 15 degrees outside,
It's like leaving your kid in the car. They'll
yes,
freeze.
yes.
Well, I was thinking, like with roses and stuff, you want them cold. So,
Not freezing.
Cold, but not freezing.
oopsies.
Great
This
tips.
year,
I'll definitely keep
we
mine
should have
alive.
a competition.
All right. I'll be in for a pink one.
Okay, okay.
Oh, she already placed her order.
I did.
Darn
I
it!
want the
I
pink
want a
one.
pink one too and a white one.
Oh, gosh.
I'll have two.
Well,
and-
where in the house should they be? You said not too warm, not too hot, not too sunny, not too where are you supposed to put it?
Moderate light, not straight bright light, but this time of the year we're not really getting that anyway,
Yeah.
but definitely not by a draft, so they shouldn't be by a doorway. where the doors are opening and closing, so it's getting that cold air.
So not in your front foyer, because when you open the
No.
door, it gets a draft. And how about on a windowsill? I guess if it's drafty in there, no, that's not
No.
good either. It's like it's too cold.
God, these are picky
So maybe on your
flowers.
dining room
Plants,
table.
aren't they?
I think your dining room table will be lovely.
Yeah,
Very
and then
good.
as little things fall off, the animals and the kids won't get them.
Right,
And if
sit
you're
on the
having
table.
dinner, though, just don't eat those.
Yeah, they're not the appetizer.
All right, so in addition to poinsettias, you have other nice things, of course, beautiful things and decorations at your shop that people can come and buy for themselves or order for others. Do you have garland and wreaths?
Oh, we have garland, wreaths, cemetery arrangements,
What do you have for the cemetery?
logs, grave blankets, wreaths, crosses, and we have them in the fresh like Christmas greens, or also in the silk as well.
Well, you have a beautiful candle over here. Do you sell the candles for the gravesite
do.
too? Okay.
I like this candle because I have kids too, and I like that, or even if you have pets, that it's not a real
Flame.
wick. Yeah, flame.
Not
Thank
a
you
real
for the
flame.
words.
And they have a timer too, so it's nice.
That's
Oh,
really
that's
cool.
nice and
And it
turns
looks nice and real.
So in addition to the real flowers, the live flowers, whatever, do you have silk flowers as well?
Oh, we do. We certainly we have them for the your centerpieces. We have wreaths for the door. So pretty much everything we have in fresh, we have in the permanent variety as well.
All right, so all the nice fresh greens and things too that you can make the arrangements out of. Do you have like little gift items too?
We have plenty of gift items as well. So it's a nice little gift shop, and we have our open house coming up with the live reindeer December 7th. So
Very
All right.
nice. All right,
Well,
well, let's make something.
Stay with us. We'll be right back with more from Jen. We're going to do a DIY.
Back here during the holidays on The Girls, and we are going to do it yourself with Jen Barnasevitch from Smith Floral and Gifts. And this is super cool because the things that we're seeing on the table really are things that we have lying around the house during the holidays.
yes, I chose some of the fresh evergreens that you may have from getting your fresh Christmas tree. So I brought spruce, there's pine, some cedar, and I also brought some arborvitae. So think of evergreens, even like if you had fresh holly in your garden, evergreens that are in your garden that you could just snip and use to make your own centerpiece.
Yeah, we'll be out there pruning before the snow comes.
Yes, absolutely.
I can steal from my neighbor's yard.
Yeah, because of course.
I've been to your house, so yes, yes, you could.
She won't know.
Oh God.
All right.
So this, the base that I have, it's an oasis ring. So it has a plastic bottom. So then after you make it, the easiest way to water it is just to set it in your sink and put some water in it. But the oasis will hold the moisture.
For about how long?
Oh, I would probably water it maybe every other day or so.
Okay, and you put the whole thing back in your sink, or do you just water it like you would water your plants?
I would put the whole thing back in your sink, just so that, and maybe a dish underneath it, if it was on your dining room table.
So you leave a nice big ring,
That's right.
like my husband does.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you're just going to snip small pieces. I think a lot of people when we host DIY nights, they're afraid to cut things too short, and then they end up with like a very wild, crazy arrangement. So you just cut them small and place them in, and it's nice to have the different textures.
And the smells too, if they're fresh.
Yes, absolutely, and the different varieties. You wouldn't really think of your arborvitae.
Yeah, but they look beautiful in our. You know what else I like? That
absolutely.
you don't have to wire these.
No.
They're sturdy enough on their own to just put them in there, because everything I see has wired and has those green sticks on it. It takes so much work and so much time to do that.
And then when you have it, you just fill it in.
And it doesn't matter, you're just putting short and tall and everything just around, just to fill it in.
I think, again, when we have our DIYs, a lot of people, They overthink it. Don't think too much. Just enjoy it. And
I like the not thinking, on these.
Yeah, just
because
it should
sometimes
be
you go to
easy.
these and you're just so stressed out trying to make it like everyone else's, or that you're following the rules that you know.
That could be another traditional thing that we do at home.
I was
We
going
could
to say,
make
these
our
are
wreaths.
simple. Like children can make
is,
them, and then you could add like
absolutely.
little candy canes in them if you want to, or little other decorations, right? You said fresh holly or
I mean, pine cones, or I mean, even really acorns or something from your yard. And all you have
Gloria's
to do.
acorns.
I have lots of
Do you?
acorns.
They
If you
would
need
be
any,
great
come on over and
they would
see
be a
us.
great
a million acorns.
We have gigantic pine cones like this too, and one year the kids just dusted them with glitter. First we put
pretty.
some glue on, and then we put some glitter on. We didn't know what to do with them after that, but I got a
Well, you
big
can hang
brandy.
them
I
from
got
the
a big
tree.
brandy snifter, and I
You
put
can
them
hang
in
them
there.
from the tree, put bow and like super glue.
Jen, you were talking about you do the DIY nights at your
do.
shop. So what kind of things do you do with that?
Centerpieces, like the rings like this, and then like the traditional centerpieces that have the taper candles in the middle. So we do that for Thanksgiving, we do that for Christmas, and then when we move into the spring, like succulent planters and other seasonal items.
Now you do a lot of fundraising throughout the year yourself, but could people book you to do like a little fundraising with these?
Oh, absolutely, or even like a private party as well. So if you just had a group of 6 or more people that wanted to come right to the shop and do it,
With wine.
absolutely.
All right, there's 3 of us, bring a friend, we're going.
There we go.
Absolutely, yeah. You could have your own private party.
That's
at
so
Smith
cool.
Floral.
All right, well, you're continuing to put greens in there, but I see you have bows too. How do you make a nice bow? I mean, I've seen some bows that are like so out of proportion for the centerpiece, or it's just so difficult. It just seems like you go, "Zzz," and you have this gorgeous bow. What's the magic?
Well, it's practice, but I think wire ribbon is very helpful as
Okay.
well. So that will let you, you can.
You could weave it in.
Yes, you can
Yeah,
manipulate
you can weave it along.
how you'd like it to be. And as far as like pine cones or like Christmas balls, I would just hot glue them right in.
Okay.
Instead of trying to wire them onto something, just hot glue them
I
in.
love my hot glue gun. That's one thing I like to use.
I
Remember
do
last
too.
year?
I remember.
Hot glue gunned everything that I made.
I always get burned though from that glue. I'm not good with that. I have to get like those hot gloves.
So now, once this is prepared, how long will this last?
I mean, as long as you keep it watered, it'll last well into the holiday.
Yeah,
It should last
evergreen.
week. That's right. But you should water it.
And then where do you get the rings? Do you provide the rings?
We have
there?
the ring, and I'm sure you can get them, at a
craft shop or
a craft
something.
shop as well. But yep.
But
Yeah,
it's
you're
nice.
local
The
for
Oasis
that.
is much better than I've seen people try to use those styrofoam rings. They're too hard.
It's hard to push them in. Where this is and it's better for the
water.
greens because then they have a water source.
And so you have a candle in the center of this, and you could add a little chimney, I guess, to it too, the glass chimney, if you want to use a
Absolutely.
real candle to keep the flame away.
Or a decorative vase with some flowers coming out the top of it as well. So there's lots of different, and depending on, the style of your house, like that one's very woodsy, but you could do something that's very, glitzy. That's what I love about the holiday, is all the different types
sparkle.
of themes that you can do in centerpieces.
Yeah, even for if someone's having a baby around the holidays, I'm sure it would look so cute with little baby things in it too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I know that you have a round centerpiece here, but I have a long table, so I guess I could probably get longer
do
branches and make it do long. Like have the sides come out longer, so when you were mentioning about making the shape of it different, you could actually make the
What
sides
about the
longer.
long ones that they have? You can do a long.
You could just do a long,
Big oval.
elongated one, or something that was. They make these in an oval shape as well, so that would be something.
And
that's a
now,
little
do you
different.
also have these in your shop that we could order and send to someone as a gift?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's nice to have the candle. I love that candle without the.
Yeah, it's a great candle.
Yeah, you could use it all year long.
Battery operated?
Yes.
Okay.
And I love the smell. Just sitting here, I can smell all the freshness.
I
evergreen,
love the
everything
smell.
smells
Maybe do
great.
that instead of getting a real tree. Sometimes I do a real tree and an artificial tree. You have that. You have the smell of the real tree. You don't really need one then.
Now this will also withstand the cold, so you could put this in your hallway
That is correct.
instead of your poinsettia.
So if
and I want you to get shocked.
it's made out of all greens, then you don't have to worry if you're transporting it anywhere as well. You know, because
Go green.
That's right, because that would be fine in the colder weather. And another thing about decorating is just even looking at your decorations that you have, like just snippets of, you know, some decorations that are a little more warm, but if you know, you can give them new life.
Yeah, repurpose. Jen, in addition to these centerpieces, then, do you have different types of wreaths? What are some tips for wreaths for our front door? How do you know which size wreath to put on your front door?
So, I mean, it does depend on like the color of your front door. So if your door is dark, you might want something that's more flocked so that it will show up, something that's lighter in tone. And the size of your door, I would say like 6 inches from each side, kind of give you a measurement. A lot of doors are about 36, like a standard door is about 3 feet, so then maybe like a 24, 26 inch wreath would be good. But then if you have a larger door, of course you're going to want something larger.
2 doors.
2 wreaths, right?
Yes.
Or no? Yeah, maybe.
So you have wreaths, you have centerpieces, you have all kind of great things, all kind of flowers and everything.
We have garland, fresh silk.
Do you decorate or do you just advise?
Both.
You do both?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So we could call Smith Floral and Gift in West Hazelton.
Yes.
Ask for Jen Barnasevitch if you want to speak with Jen herself. And I have to point out your beautifully colored hair.
Thank you.
You never know what color we're going to see, but you definitely can wear any color. I love how you're all dressed for the holiday. And we can order all of our decorations and all of our gifts, but best to stop by and see your greenhouse, and everything is filled. The Christmas cactus we didn't talk about. Oh my God. So you have so many things there.
Yes, absolutely.
Come and take a look. There's always different things each week, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Merry
to you
Christmas.
And your
Thank you.
family.
Thank you so much for having
This
me.
was fun.
All right. Thanks for joining the girls. We'll see you next time. Have a beautiful holiday.